Alright guys, we're back out here in the garden again, and today I'm going to give you guys another tool in your arsenal for pest control. Now, in my previous video I did a bunch of sprays for controlling pests that you already see, that are already there. Well, now I've got one for you that is going to deter the pests from even coming into your garden. So this is kind of a preemptive thing, and it will be something that you'll have to redo, especially after it rains, or usually upkeep on it is about a week and a half to respray. But this is going to keep your aphids, your squash vine borers, it even will keep ants and various other pests out of your garden completely. The reason that this is going to work is because most pests find your plants by smell. Now, plants don't normally smell, but whenever you harvest, or like in my previous video, whenever you are trimming your plants, they release a smell. And you usually notice this smell for whenever you're out in the garden and you break a leaf or you brush your hand across some herbs, you get this strong smell. Well, pests also can smell that smell. Now, yes, they do find your plants by sight sometimes, but smell is going to be their main factor for bringing them in. If they are across the street from your house, or if they are 200 yards down the road, they're going to smell your plants, not see them. And that smell is going to draw them in, and of course then they're going to see your plants. So if we can block that smell, then of course we can keep most of the pests away. And then we can use one of those other sprays that I'm going to have linked above to combat which ones actually find our garden. So it's very simple, and if you are using essential oils in your garden already, you probably already know these things, but for those of you that don't, I'm going to show you what we got here today. Alright guys, now the mixture is very simple. We're going to use a regular garden sprayer, a gallon of water, our Sal Suds, which is a biodegradable cleaning soap, and spearmint, peppermint, mostly anything from the mint family. I've seen some people that have used a rosemary to accomplish the same results. But with rosemary, I see that it doesn't work on squash vine borers, and since we have squash and zucchini, we want to keep those out of our yard, so we're going to use spearmint. Now, like I said, peppermint works the same way, but it's just what we had on hand. So, again, a gallon of water, just a little squirt of your Sal Suds, and about 20 drops of spearmint or peppermint. And again, this is going to put out a very, very strong smell, and it is going to mask your plants. It's going to mask your plants. Your pests are going to think that all you have is a big old field of spearmint over here, and they have no interest in that. Now, I will say that you need to make sure that you're buying a quality essential oil, because that's going to matter on your smell. A lot of the oils that I ran across online are meant for aromatherapy and things like that, and they are usually mixed with a carrier oil, which is going to knock the intensity of their smell down. We want 100% pure essential oil. Steam distilled is best, because that's going to retain all your oils and all of your natural aromatics. But again, more than likely you're going to see something about this size, a little bitty bottle. If you're seeing something with a larger bottle about like this, more than likely it's mixed with a carrier oil, unless you're paying a couple $100 for it. Because these little bottles go for about $10 a piece, and when you buy a good quality oil, you'll notice that you will not use a whole lot of it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the sprayer, and we're not going to spray our plants with this because of the simple fact that spearmint is what is considered a hot oil, and it will have a tendency, once you get above a certain amount, to actually burn your plants. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to spray this around our garden and in between our rows to combat that. So guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you where you're going to apply this stuff, and you know, roughly the general amounts you want to spray and where you want to spray it and where places you want to avoid to make it most effective. All right guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to set this on a general fan, and it's just you know, you want a fan so that you're not over concentrating anything in one area. And on another note, we want to spray this in the afternoon, where all of our bees and all of our pollinators are gone. That way we don't have any issues with them. I don't think this will hurt them, but it's just better not to. It's just better to spray it in the afternoons to where we don't have to worry about that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to spray our area in between, and since I'm using raised beds, we're actually going to spray the boards itself with this mixture. And what that's going to do is that's going to actually soak into the wood. That's going to give us the longest lasting smell, which is going to protect our garden the longest and the best, because we're going to have a very strong smell that's going to fool these pests into thinking that we've got a whole big old garden full of spearmint and not the tomatoes and the squash and the beans and various other things that they love to munch on. This is also going to be good for your tomato hornworms and things like that too, because again, they don't eat the leaves of spearmint, they eat the leaves of tomatoes. So again, this is just to fool these pests and to keep them out of our garden. And of course, this is not going to be foolproof. We're going to have some pests that are going to find their way in. Side note, this is also good for keeping cats out of your garden. Cats hate the smell of spearmint and peppermint, and they will not go there. Also good for, from what I understand, squirrels and pretty much any kind of pest that is going to invade your garden to eat your plants doesn't like this smell. And the ones that are looking for a particular type of vegetable or plant are going to be fooled to the point to where they're not going to come to your garden because they don't think you have anything that they want. Again, to reiterate this, we're going to have to reapply this after it rains, and again, about every week to a week and a half. Now, if you buy one of those smaller, powerful essential oil bottles, that should last you a good season. It's going to last you quite a long time. So, you know, you can make a bottle of this for, you know, we're talking maybe $1 with the water, the soap, and the essential oil. So, very cost effective and very effective too. Again, guys, this is another tool in your inventory for combating pests. This is more of a preventative, where, like I said, the previous sprays that I did were more for killing on contact, more for pests that were already in your garden. This is going to keep them out of your garden, and then you can deal with them accordingly after they, you know, if they make it to your garden. So, guys, if you're not into essential oils, you don't know where to buy them, there's a link down in the description to an essential oil website to where you can purchase these. They also have dried herbs and things like that if that's what you're looking for. And as always, we have the other companies that we're working with that have seed starting supplies, garden supplies, and seeds, if that's what you're still looking for. I know some of you guys up north are not even thinking about planting yet, and you know, if you're looking for that, we've got a link for you. So anyway, those links are in the description. If you've made it this far, you're the kind of person that I want to watch my channel, because it means that you're interested in what I'm putting out. So like and subscribe. And of course, guys, if there's something that you want me to do a video on, put it in the comments. I read all the comments, I respond to every comment, and if I see you in the comments, then I know that you're interested and you want to see more of something. So guys, as always, I encourage you to pray over your garden, pray over your family, and have a great day.